the first thing that I can see is that it causes aggravation. There is, it's got a T-square. So a T-square in the 12th house with the apex on Uranus. Okay? So this tells me this particular coin isn't very stable. It's not stable.
All right. And is it worth, if someone's holding this particular altcoin, is it worth their while?
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Tokenmetrics AI analyzes millions of data points to uncover hidden gems, delivering buy and sell signals you can trust. Our AI spots tokens before they moon, helping you stay ahead in the fast-paced crypto world. Join tens of thousands of investors who have taken their portfolios to the moon and beyond.
Hi, everybody. It's Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto. I am joined by my good friend ASHA the Astrologer. We are recording this on the 29th of April, and I gave ASHA the date and time of a particular altcoin, when it was launched, when the blockchain was launched, and she is going to tell me all about it. And then at the end, I'm going to tell her which crypto it was. And so far, she has got it right every single time. Hey, Asha, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Oh, you're welcome, Rich. We always have fun doing this, don't we?
We do, and we have fun in our offline conversations as well, because you give me little tidbits, right? Now, your website is monarchmoon.co.uk. For people who don't know, what is it that you do, and what is it you can offer people?
Okay, well, what I really love to do is I enjoy looking at divination. And divination are tools that open up your perspective. So we're all aware that we've got our visible self, but what I offer are services that take care and make you, or rather introduce you to your not so visible self, to your hidden self. And actually by doing that, by having a relationship with that part of you, can really, really empower you and really empower the rest of your life experience.
Okay.
So, and I do it by looking at astrology, tarot, and numerology.
Okay.
I like ologies.
You like ologies, right? And how can people get in touch with you?
Oh, you get in touch with me, go to my website. It is the monarchmoon.co.uk, and then you'll be asked to email me. Feel free to WhatsApp me as well. And also, if you wish to leave a message, because you can call me, but please do leave me a message with your name, your number, and which service that you would like. Would you like the tarot? Would you like the astrology? Would you like the divination? Or would you like the combination package? Now, I should let you know that the minimum, you're going to be with me for an hour. And that really is the minimum. Yeah. I have had some divination packages when it's been the combined one. It's gone on for quite a while. But I usually try to make it no more than 2 hours.
Right. Okay, so people need to set aside 2 hours. monarchmoon.co.uk. Fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. So this particular altcoin.
Yeah.
And you are so funny, Asha, because you now understand altcoins. When I first started doing video, they were all Bitcoins. This Bitcoin versus that Bitcoin, right? But you describe. I gave you the birthday of Ethereum. You described it accurately. I gave the same for Monero. You said, "Oh, the governments aren't going to like this one. This one's hidden." You described it accurately before you knew what it was. The same with Ripple. Oh, the banks like this one. You did the same with Solana. You said, "Oh, this one's had legal issues," which I didn't know. I went and had a look. It's like, "Oh my God, it has." And you did the same with Binance Coin. And you said, "Oh, but this one's been doing dodgy dealings here and there," or something. Yep, Binance Coin has been doing that, evading regulators when it could. All right. So which one are we looking at this time?
The 31st of July.
Which year?
2014.
31st of July, 2014.
Yeah.
Tell me, what can you see from the charts about?
Okay. So the first thing that I can see is that it causes aggravation. There is, it's got a T-square. So a T-square in the 12th house with the apex on Uranus. Okay. So this tells me this particular coin isn't very stable. It's not stable. There's some kind of workings on in the background. Okay. Like hidden workings in the background. So that is the first thing that I noticed was that T-square. I was like, wow. And it's a cardinal T-square. So it is very dynamic. And it's that dynamicness that will make it go up and down, up and down. Okay? So it's good though. Its ascendant is in Taurus, so I know it has the female beginning, what I notice about it is that it's got a female beginning, so I straight away know that there's a woman involved, both in the initiating of it, okay, and I want to even say it could also be a partner. So it's a female setup and also like a female partner from the other side. So the first house is female and the seventh house is female, okay? So very influenced that way. But when I look at its IC, the root of it, and its MC, the canopy, that is masculine. So straight away, this is a combination of a masculine and feminine energy. Also, this one was set up because it's in Taurus. It is initiatory, but it's meant to be for relationships. It's meant because it's ruled by Venus, and Venus is relatory. So this particular currency is to do with relatory, okay? So maybe like a go-between. This currency is like a go-between.
So what do you mean a go-between? Like how so?
Like a balance. I feel like this one brings like a balance because the ruler of it in its first house is Venus. And when I look at Venus, the ruler is in the third house. So it's championed by talk. Okay, and also, yeah, it's for relationships. The only way I can say it, it's an intermediary, it's for relationships. It's like a go-between. It's like a harmonizer between maybe other currencies. It's like a harmonizer. And the other reason why I say that is because the sixth house is Libra. So it's meant to keep the peace. But it does it like a go-between. I want to say it's like a mediator, a link, like a linkage. There's something to do with linkage or mediating or relatory.
Okay.
The other thing that I see in this is that, well, its sun is in Leo and it's in the fourth house. So again, when it's in the fourth house, it's meant for root. The only way I can say it is that it's a go-between. It's like a go-between.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that's all. That it's literally like a go-between. And it is meant to be used for every day, but for peace. Now, the ruler of the first house and the sixth house is Venus, okay? And that is in the third house. So this is like an alternative coin that is very feminine in flavor. It wants to relate. Okay, so it's got to be used for some kind of relation to do with alternative coin. Altcoins. And then what it does is then there's a trine to Saturn the seventh house. So when you see Venus trining Saturn, this is long term. This was meant for long term. But that it may also have problems with secrecy. And I see that twice because Scorpio is the sign of secrecy. Okay? So, yeah. I wonder if it's, again, also has its own legal issues. This one looks like it may have had legal issues or has strong support with legal assistance because Saturn is strong support. Okay?
Yeah.
And in the seventh house, this would suggest, that, and then when we're looking at its conversation, okay, because the third house, the seventh house, and the 11th house are how it is intellectually, okay? And I feel with this one intellectually, there are issues with it. So I feel that it was meant to be something, but it's run into a lot of problems, and I don't feel it's stable. But it was actually meant to be, how else can we say it? For women, mostly for women, because it's all feminine signs, it's all of the feminine signs. So, and Mercury in the third house, it's run into trouble. And because it's run into trouble, it's like I feel it was set up for one thing, but it's not stable enough. so it keeps running into trouble. So I would say that it's oscillation. It goes up and down, up and down. If you were trying to, yeah, it's quite tricky, this alternative coin. That's what I would say.
That is
the other thing I would
amazing.
say is that its moon is, pardon?
That is quite amazing. Go on, please.
So the moon is in the 5th house. Now, again, it wants to mother, okay? It wants to mother, it wants to relate. And then, but it's really mutable. So I feel like its energy just keeps crashing. And I would say it's to do with Uranus. It is all dynamic, but there is an issue with it. That's what I would say. And I feel it's definitely run into some kind of legal things. Okay? Yeah, so that's what I would say about that. Again, with Jupiter, yeah, it's kind of squaring its own evolution. And maybe it's just part of growth, because I do always feel that occasionally when we're in the growing phase, okay, then we're going to experience resistance. And actually, it's that growing phase that tests you. Goes, right, are you ready to grow? Are you ready to step up? And that's what I feel. Because honestly, it's got a good heart, and it really wants to do well, and it's supported well, and it's deep. But there are issues. And I feel that it's in the 12th house. Do you know what? I also feel it might be governments again. Governments not liking it.
Right.
So it could be behind the scenes governments, okay, that keep... See, I don't know how it works behind the scenes, but it's showing that there is up and downness. It's unstable.
Okay. All right. Well, that is quite something. That is quite something. Is it connected to any other altcoins in any way?
Oh, yeah, I think it would be, because it is to share. It's the relation. It wants to relate. It's 6th house. What do I want to do every day? Well, I want to relate and keep the peace. Okay, it's personality. It's inception. Okay, it's Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So it's personality. It's got a beautiful personality.
All right. And is it worth, if someone's holding this particular altcoin, is it worth their while? Or
I'm not sure about that. I've got to be honest. I'm really not sure about that. Because when I look at that oscillation, when I look at that T-square, for some people, yeah, it is an absolute keeper. And also, it might bring something out because it's going to be very surprising. So I would say maybe it will go up. But I feel right at this moment, no, honey, there's too much tension behind the scenes. So no, I feel it came about and it really wanted to do good, and it does do good, but it's just because it does good, there's something going on in the background. Something going on in the background, some kind of energy in the background. Do you know what it might even be? It doesn't have faith in itself.
Yeah, no, that's a really difficult thing for me to gauge, whether a cryptocurrency, how it regards itself, right?
I know.
But let me
that's
show
what
you.
I would say. If I was reading for
Yeah.
someone, I'd be like, honey, you've got to stable the faith in yourself. And maybe that is just, there's plenty of alternative coins, isn't there? There's plenty of old coins. But this one in particular was and is for relatory purposes. Okay. I feel it's got good backup. Okay, legal backup. I feel it's very well supported.
Well, let me show you the chart, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal the name, and then you can.
And then I'll show you the tarot.
Yeah, you can see so the green. This is the price chart. So at this point here, August the 6th, 2014. And if you can see that, it was one of these.
Whoa.
0.002.
Oh, wow.
Right? And that was August 2014. And then here, you can't see it clearly. It went up to 87.5 cents.
Wow.
But then,
it's dropping.
Yeah, the high was, let me just move you here.
Yeah, because that's what I see. It's the 12th house. It's mutable, and Yeah.
Yeah, look, this was 61.7 cents. That was May 2021. And then here, November 25th, 2024, it was 53.8 cents.
Wow.
So unlike, say, Bitcoin, which has gone up, gone down, and then gone up higher, and then gone down, and then gone up even higher,
Yeah.
this has gone up really high,
Yeah.
dipped, gone up not so high, then dips, so lower highs. It was set up
Yeah.
by a man and a woman.
No.
And there aren't many women in crypto.
No. And this is strongly female. The moon is there. It was her baby. It was her baby.
Right, okay. Now, there have been controversies about it. One of them is that, I mean, you won't know what a burn is when you're in crypto.
It's a burn.
What's a burn, right? Well, in crypto, what happens is there was about 155 billion of these coins in existence. That was the total supply, something like that. And what they decided to do was they decided to burn the supply to reduce it to 50 billion. Now, what burn means is you send the coins to a wallet that no one can get into.
Hey, that's the secret stuff that I see. That's the 12th house activity that I see.
Well, they announced it, right, that they were going to do that. And there was a lot of controversy because people thought, well, this coin is supposed to be decentralized, but it's centralized.
Oh,
If you can burn so many that way, then who's controlling it?
wow.
And it was also considered to be a manipulative device. It's not like it's growing organically the way that Bitcoin has done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a look at the tarot. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. There's a little bit more about it. So what does the tarot say?
Oh, it says the death card.
Death card.
Yeah. Now, what is interesting, when I look at the transit of this Bitcoin, okay, this cryptocurrency, okay, when I look at it, oh my gosh, it is entering its 12th house, okay?
Yeah.
And what that means is that it's dying, okay? To be rebirthed. So it's going to go low again, okay? It is dying. So, because what happens is when anything comes into the 12th house, okay, that is, well, the end, okay? And so what you would say to that is that it's having another reset. I don't know if...
Will it re-emerge?
Resets, but it's definitely having another reset.
Okay, will it re-emerge or?
Yes, it will do, because the death card is death and transformation and rebirth.
Okay.
So that's what I would say about that. Well, that's what the tarot says about it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh. And then when you're looking at it, and you're like, wow, most of its transits right now are in the 12th house. So the 12th house is the rest phase, the rest and the end phase, the end of a cycle. So
okay, the end of a cycle.
Now, isn't it about 10 years old?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's literally going to be having its cycle. It's time to, that which didn't work about it will now die. And so what that means is that whoever's doing it, they'll be working out what's good about it, what isn't good about it, and it will reset. Yeah, because with the death card, it is death, release, and rebirth.
Okay, I'm now going to tell you a little bit more about this one.
Uh-huh.
But I have to explain to you what a fork is in crypto. You're going to be such a crypto expert, ASHA, after we all the cryptos, right? You know what a burn is, now you know what a fork is.
A fork.
Yeah, that's right. Bitcoin and altcoins, right?
Yes,
versus Bitcoin and other Bitcoins, right? So most cryptocurrencies the code is open source. So anybody can look at the programming code. And then sometimes what people do is they tweak the code and they create another cryptocurrency off the original code.
Oh, yeah, like a fork road.
That's right, like a fork road, right?
Clever.
So this cryptocurrency is a fork of Ripple. So Ripple was created, and then somebody decided, well, Ripple was all for the banks. This one is designed to be for the communities.
Yes.
For regular people to use.
For regular people.
To use, right? And you said that, for everyday use. Now, like Ripple, it's incredibly fast. You know, to send Bitcoin, if I was going to send you some Bitcoin, and you take payment in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, then what would happen is that it might take half an hour before the Bitcoin reaches your wallet.
Wow.
Now, Ripple, seconds.
Instantaneous.
Almost instantaneous, right?
Wow.
Seconds, right? Stellar lumens, this one, stellar lumens, XLM, seconds. So if you go to a shop and you want to pay for coffee, well, you're not going to pay for Bitcoin because it takes so long for the
you'll be there half an hour,
right? Yeah, half an hour, right? And your coffee's gone cold.
Yeah.
Ripple with stellar lumens, like that.
Okay. Now that is also interesting because then I see how the Uranus works in the favor. Okay, because it's so instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I can also then see how it caused instability, perhaps because it was forked.
Now, none of this, by the way, or any of the videos I ever do with ASHA or anybody else is financial advice. None of this is advice, right? But
just for fun.
It is just for fun, and do your own due diligence. I do have some stellar lumens, and I shall think again maybe to put it into something else. By the way, Ripple is getting regulatory approval, more and more regulatory approval, more institutions moving in.
Yeah.
So actually, it's not getting regulatory approval. It's more and more large institutions are moving in, and there are noises about how Ripple is going to be used between governments as for financial settlement.
Wow.
And you did say when we did the video on Ripple that the governments like this one.
Yes.
Governments and the banks.
They like that one.
They like this one. Okay. Well, Asha, thank you so much. This has been quite amazing. We're going to do another video about another altcoin.
Yeah.
And, if you want to check it out, just try it out. Just you've got nothing to lose. I've been blown away in terms of the personal readings that Asha has provided for me and my wife and my family and friends whom I've recommended it. So take a look.
Come get reading.
That's right. monarchmoon.co.uk. This is Crypto Rich and Asha the Astrologer signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
The best. Bye-bye. Yay!
Let me stop recording. Do you know, while you were talking, I was looking up features about stellar lumens because I didn't know about it. I didn't know much about it. It was like, oh my God, the burn. Oh my God, it was set up by a man and a woman working together.
Yeah, a man and a woman working together.